Hey, everybody. My name is Chris Dunham. Welcome to the Teachers Lounge Live
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am a seventh grade math teacher, and I also do stand-up.
What's up, guys? I am Matt. I am a middle school drama teacher. I also do stand up and I act.
Yes. And what's up, everybody? My name is Zoe Johnson. I run after school programs, and I'm also just like these gentlemen, an actor and comedian. Let's
Nice.
go.
Yeah,
Yo.
Teachers
Let's
Lounge.
do it.
Yeah, we're at the
Yes.
teacher's lounge. I just realized the shirt was too tight. It's like, you know those dads who hate their family that eat at Applebee's and they always wear polos? That's what I feel like.
We need some Teachers Lounge shirts, y'all. Would y'all buy it? We need some Teachers Lounge shirts. Y'all should buy it. We go come in. We go make this real soon. So make sure y'all support.
What would it be? Would we just have our logo, or would we like keeping it toxic in the teacher's lounge?
Yeah, we gotta
like
have
a
slogan.
cigarette and an ash.
We gotta we gotta have a slogan. Drink it. Oh, these kids or something. I don't know.
100%.
Something dumb.
Yeah, because what do they say? People say keep it 100.
Keep it
What do they
100.
say? Keep it toxic.
Keep it toxic in the
Keep it
teacher's lounge.
toxic.
Because
I
there
like
used to
that.
be this folklore about not going into the teacher's lounge because they're negative in there.
Oh.
So, you know.
Well,
That is
speaking of
true.
shirts, someone actually asked me if they thought this was UCLA. This is an old school, harkens back to the early 90 Warriors, Golden State Warriors. This is
Ooh.
Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and my favorite basketball player growing up, Chris Mullin.
Chris Butler was a beast. Chris Butler was a
Especially
beast.
after the doctors, I've been the same height since 8th grade. The doctors were like, you're going to be somewhere between 6'4" and 6'7". I heard you're going to be Chris Mullin. You know?
Really?
100%.
You thought you was gonna be 6'7"?
That's what, because my dad's 6'2",
Okay.
and I was already 6 feet at 13. And so
Wow.
it looked like, or right when I turned 14. And so it looked, and I was wearing a size 13 shoe as well. Well, at that time, they probably hadn't figured out exactly what it was, but they were like, yeah, somewhere between 6'4" and 6'7".
That's dope.
And I was just like,
Yes.
oh,
Did you think that you were going to be a basketball player, both of you
I
guys? Were
would
you guys
love
like, I'm
that.
going to be a professional athlete?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I played sports.
that's,
You know
I
what I'm
wanted
saying?
basketball as my favorite sport.
I said that I was going to be a professional basketball player, even though like when I was like shooting, it was like ricocheting off the rim. I was like, I'm going to be famous for it. And it's like, I was terrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
I played basketball and football. You know what I'm saying? But then I stopped playing my junior year of football, basketball all 4 years. You
Did
know what I'm
anybody
saying?
ever get hurt massively in your high school, like to where they just got tackled and then they weren't the same?
Yeah. The ACL, knee, all types of stuff. Yeah. Especially with the knee. Anything with the knee, also absolutely.
Because, dude, high schoolers are big.
Yeah, they are.
Like some of these kids look like they were like connected to jumper cables when they were
They
born.
big.
They're
yeah.
big.
Like six. I'm telling you, right now it's even crazier now, but it was kids like 6'5", running back. He can tackle this big tall dude. He's strong. But yeah, these kids is big.
Dude, nothing is weirder when there's a kid in middle school that's just gigantic.
Oh,
It's like-
you
that's
always
like-
have one or two.
That's like 5'11". You feel like you're controlling Frankenstein. Like when you're like, go back to your seat.
There's a seventh grader that I think by the end of the year, he'll probably be, right now we're the same height. And he's going to be taller than me. I
Eye
bet
to
when
eye.
by the end of 8th grade, I'm guessing he'll be 6'2".
Easily.
That's
Easily
weird to be
6'2".
looking up
Easy.
at someone who has pudding all over their face.
But kids can keep growing to like what, the age, 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Robinson is a classic example. When he entered the Naval Academy,
Uh-huh.
he was at the max height of 6'6".
Yeah,
The reason why they had the max height is because a submarine, right?
Yeah.
And then, but while he was in there, he grew to be 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And so that's why they also, is another way of like, they released him early
Yeah.
because it was like, you can't even fit on a submarine anyway.
Yeah.
His head is just a dent.
Yeah.
That's also what happened to damn, I can't think of his
Andre the
name.
Giant?
No, he's from Chicago.
Dennis
He used to-
Rodman.
No, he used to play on the Lakers. He was like 6'9", light skin from Chicago. They traded him to Dallas for Luka. What's wrong with my mind?
What
Oh,
year?
Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis.
Like he was like 6'3", 6'4" his sophomore year, and then he grew all the way up to 6'9" by his junior year.
Same thing with Michael
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
You should go look at Michael Jordan when he's hanging out with the rest of his family.
Yeah.
They're none of them are above like 5'10", and then you just see him above everybody, and you're like, what the?
How tall is he?
Well, he even said, he admitted that it's close. He's closer to 6'5". They always list him an inch taller than what they really are.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
No one would know the difference.
Yeah, but what's crazy is like you go, the joke was always, how tall is the milkman, right? You know,
Yeah.
meaning that But there's a video out there that everyone should see where he's playing with his brother Larry, who's only like 5'8", and you look at Larry move and you go, "That's a 5'8" Jordan."
Wow.
But he's just not big enough to make it to overcome his lack of height to get to the
Erroneous.
Really?
Muggsy Bogues, dude. That is the pinnacle of every short guy. Muggsy Bogues, dude, 5'4", I think.
Uh,
I don't think that people
No.
understand.
Muggsy's
Spud Webb.
short, yo. He's short.
Spud Webb,
and
too.
can get up.
But the thing people are not taking into consideration because they're looking at, see, you can do it. If
He's just a
Muggsy
freak.
Bogues would have been 6'5", he probably would have been the greatest basketball player of all time.
Absolutely.
Because that level of athleticism to overcome, the average height in the NBA is 6'6".
Yes.
So anything below that, your athleticism has to overcome it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's insane.
To be that
true.
short, he's like what, Kevin Hart height?
No,
dunking?
Kevin Hart's shorter than me, dude.
Kevin Hart's like 5'3".
He's shorter than me. So is Kat, I think.
Only
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
only 12 to 14 people suited up in the NBA last year that were my height or shorter.
Yeah.
12.
So
Yeah.
you're considered a little guy in the NBA.
I would be tiny.
You would be
Yeah.
like me with my middle schoolers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, before
Yeah.
we get into anything, I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and following us on social media
Thank y'all.
and sending comments, and liking and sharing and sending us personal messages. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. I wish that we could see every single one, but we try to catch the ones that just happen to catch our eye at that moment. But before we go any further, Zoe, how's your week going?
My week is it's getting close to production time, so it's been really super stressful. Just getting the kids just to lock in, but they're starting to lock in right now because I've been talking to parents. I've been sending letters out like, tell your kids to listen, or we go kick them off, or they might lose their part. So kids don't want to lose their part. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some young understudies that's hungry. I'm talking about like most of our leads are like 6th graders. But we have some 3rd graders that's hungry.
Shadow boxing.
Yeah.
Shadow boxing in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
It's,
Listen to
it's
motivational
crazy
speeches.
because when they be on stage rehearsing, the 3rd graders be saying all their lines, like da 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 da, They're reciting all their lines while they're on stage, and the teacher has to say, "Yo, be quiet, just let them do their part." They're ready. Like
They're
you
ready.
mess up, I'm gonna get this part. So
They're ready, dude.
Yeah.
Watch out, dude. Stay hungry because there's a 3rd grader who wants your job out there.
Yeah, because some of these 5th graders are too cool. You know how it is. 5th graders are super cool.
Your ego kicks in around that age, I think.
Yes,
I think
yes.
around 5th grade. Because when I was
Absolutely.
doing after school with you too,
Mm-hmm.
I would see a distinct difference between the 3rd graders. The 3rd graders are more agreeable and they just want to play and have
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
The 5th graders are like, I'm grown now. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
You're 10 years old.
Absolutely. They don't think it's cool to be acting now, whatever. They get cooler and cooler as they get older. You know what I'm
they do.
saying? Yeah. So
Especially revolting from authority.
Absolutely.
That's right when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
starting to catch little glimpses of it.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then 6th grade, and then by 7th grade,
Just
Yeah.
7th grade, they're
It's
toddlers with
flash.
mustaches. I say that all the time because there's no better description.
it's a great way to say it.
Seriously. They revolt.
So how's your week going?
Dude, it's pretty good. I'm almost done with the California TPAs.
Yeah.
You guys
Yes.
don't know what that is. It's tests you got to take.
Yes.
I'm almost done with college, which is great. So I'll have my
Whoa.
credential in a matter of, maybe a couple months. And so everything's looking up. Everything's looking good. I did quit sugar this week, which is crazy. I'm on the
Really?
keto diet right now just to
that's
give
good.
myself more energy.
Is that
Yeah.
that smell that's coming off you?
Probably my breath. There's
I'm totally kidding.
there is a thing called keto breath. You know what I mean? It's supposed to, your breath smells like batteries, apparently, like
Oh,
in the first
really?
week of doing it. I don't know. I'll have my girl tell me whether or not my breath smells like crap. But you keep your carbs under 20 grams, which is very, very low.
Yeah.
So you basically have no sugar to burn. So your body, you burn your own ketones.
I did before.
And,
a lot of meat.
Yeah, you can do it. You could even do it. You can be keto and be vegan because it's mostly fat.
Yeah.
So you can have avocado, coconut oil,
Yep.
walnuts, but if you're going to be vegan and keto, you're going to miss out on a lot of nutrients. So I'm definitely eating meat, of course, because I do. But yeah,
Yeah.
feel pretty good. So
I mean, it's pretty easy. Just eat a lot of meat. I don't mind eating meat.
Yeah.
I love eating meat.
Me
Yeah.
too.
So it's like,
You mentioned avocado. Is anyone else like love avocados to the point where like you could just have it cut up on a plate with a little bit of like the elote or whatever seasoning from like Trader Joe's and some sea salt on it. I could
Man,
just eat that.
avocado's good.
Avocado's
Avocado
good.
toast is
I
amazing.
was gonna say, you put it
Oh
on
my
toast.
God, yes.
Dude, I am a 22-year-old girl from Silver Lake.
Yes.
Avocado toast, I'd live off
So
of it.
good. Yeah. I use an avocado toast over easy egg. Oh my God.
Oh my God, guys, we're done with the
100%.
podcast. We're gonna go get avocado toast.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah,
avocado
yeah.
toast. That's what the three of us do.
Yep, it's 7:30 at night.
Yeah, and then it's like, woo, we're living crazy. Avocado
out to-
toast this
we
late.
shout
That
out
would
to-
be my idea at 47 years old of
Living
like, oh my
crazy.
God, I'm kind of partying.
Yeah, I'm having avocado toast. I'm such a bad boy.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
Big
funny.
shout out to Christ Child and Tim
Christ Child.
McGuire in the building. Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all tapping in. Thank you so
Arsenio.
much.
Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
Let's go to the comments. You guys cool with that?
Let's get it.
Sure.
Cool. I'll get this first one. It's the parents. That's a great way.
Bars.
Because they give the kids all the okay, so a little bit of context about this. This was in regards to just kids' behavior and who is the scapegoat that you can blame it on. It's the parents because they give the kids all the electronic devices to appease them or because they don't want to deal with their kids. The parents will never admit that during the summer they cannot wait for school to start so they don't have to parent for 8 to 10 hours.
I agree.
Yeah, and I
I
think
agree.
as much hostility as parents really have for
Yeah.
teachers, they don't want to be around their kids either.
Nah, absolutely.
And they
not.
have like what, 2 of them,
Mhm.
maybe 4 if
Yeah.
they're really if they're Amish, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
But like usually about 2 kids, and it's like you're complaining about being around 2 kids.
Yeah.
Imagine being around like 35 plus.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
even they are like, you know what, I'm tapping out of this.
Yeah, and the weird thing to me is that thinking that you have to give your kid a tablet. A kid doesn't know if they're wearing burlap or Gucci. Like you're making the decision, right, to go
Mhm.
with the tablet. Where you could actually get like my stepsister, she's a psychologist, right? She got her kid, and he's such a smart kid, but his toys were the alphabet when he was little. Like he doesn't know any
He
different.
doesn't know any different.
But what they did is they showed him how to put it in order, and then that became the game to him.
Yeah.
Guess what he knew how to do before anybody else? Read.
Yep.
You know, they just need something to do. So find something that can also be productive without them even realizing it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of parents get really tired too. They come home from work and they're like, dude, I just want him to shut up. And they just give him an iPad because
Yeah.
it's like an easy way to be able to do that. But it's like, honestly, dude, you should have thought about that before you decided to have kids.
But you know what?
You know?
It's crazy because my brother does the same thing to his kids.
Just gives him an iPad.
Give them an iPad and a tablet, and they just be sitting there just playing games.
Quietly.
Yeah, looking up stuff. And it's like a pacifier for the kids. You
It
know what I'm
is.
saying? And they just love it. They be locked in. But he got it where they could only look at like learning stuff too. So it's a lot of great things about it. You could just turn to like some stuff you want to learn and hey, watch this for the kid and have
Mhm.
somebody online teach your kids something. But they're addicted to it. Like they wake up, jump on it, and they have it the whole time. And that's his way of just say, hey, just be quiet here.
Yep.
Here.
100%.
Even a little baby now that's I think he's turning 3, he just got a tablet. And it's crazy because it's how these
You are
kids
3 now. Here
Yeah.
is the
Yeah,
tablet.
here you go.
Tablet
You
stayed
finally
upon
made it
you.
here. Yeah. But it's crazy how these kids know how to use that. You know, they don't know how to spell yet, but they still know how to just type stuff up and find
But they
it.
know how to
is
jailbreak
crazy.
their
Yeah.
iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They know
yeah.
how to beat their yonder pouch against a table.
Well, you know how like words, like sometimes you try to spell a word and then spell check and spell it for you. That's the
Mhm.
same thing the kids go through. They can't spell it, just know the first letter. Oh, there it goes.
The problem is though, dude, is like
Yeah.
electronics and stuff. And, you know, our parents used to talk to us about it with video games and they weren't actually wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Video games are not innately bad, but they weren't wrong when they were saying that like, oh, you guys are too addicted to video games. Like every generation has kind of been a little right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Oh,
it's just
100%.
gotten progressively worse.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes people will use the excuse and they'll be like, well, is it really that bad? It's like we played video games and look how we turned out. I know exactly. We're bad. We're just not as bad as them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's like the needle goes further and further every generation. The next generation, what I'm scared about is the fact that they're swiping all day long.
100%.
They're not going to be able to like follow a storyline. And if you don't understand story, that's one of the fundamental building blocks of life.
Well, you can't follow a conversation.
But exactly.
Absolutely.
You can't do anything if you don't understand the elements of story. Like,
Exactly. And
You know?
that's what I worry about is like I think I've said it before is when they said back in the day when TV first came out of don't sit too close to the screen, it'll hurt your eyes.
Mhm.
But I go, no, don't spend too time in front of the screen, it'll hurt your brain. And I wonder how many people are going to be diagnosed with ADHD or ADD or whatever it is, right? They call it now. And really it's just because their brain has been trained to live in a dopamine fueled, do you know what I mean? Instant gratification world.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, I think you guys know this too, but all creativity comes out of two things,
Boredom.
struggle and boredom.
Boredom.
Yep.
And, you know, you if you don't have those, I don't understand. Then you're relying too much on the outside world to provide for your insides.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Get that
dude.
fix. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the gold is on the other side of resistance. You know what I mean? Like it's like how they're talking about now, like guys and girls are not taught. I don't know if these studies are actually true, but it's like saying like the future generation they're not dating. That's what people say, whether that's true or not. But I can believe it because like when we were in middle school, we would be at a dance and we didn't have our phones to look at.
Nah, you had
You
to
have
talk
to
to
like
the
sit
girl.
there and like hyperventilate until you get enough guts to be able to go over there and be like,
Have,
"Hey, you want to
have a
dance?"
conversation.
With the
Yeah.
girl, and then you finally do it and you have sweaty palms and you feel the awkwardness, But
Yeah.
now all you have to do is just be on your phone and do this and look important and you don't feel the shame. People say
Absolutely.
shame is bad. It's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Shame is a motivator.
Yeah, yeah.
Your feelings are signals to show you which way to move in. And if you are not in tune with those and you're always on a digital device, it's like you're never going to be in tune with like the signals your brain's telling you to change,
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
on top of, go on.
And I RIP to my grandmother, man. She passed away like 6 years ago. She wouldn't let
Rest
me
in
watch TV or play video games. She's real old
When you were a
school.
kid,
I was a kid. She wouldn't let me
did you
do it.
stay with her?
I lived with my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was only certain times I could do it. But she was real old school. She wouldn't let me do all that stuff because she thought it ran up her electricity. You know what I'm saying? She's like,
It wasn't even for
you gonna run my
ethics.
bill up. You gonna run my bill up. You gonna run up my electricity. So a lot of times I couldn't do it, especially if she was home.
She's also right about that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's maybe it's
that
some truth
much.
to it, but like,
Yeah.
but like she thought it was gonna run her electricity up. She's like, that's why I had to stop.
Dude, I'm so sorry,
like-
but you just reminded me not to go too far off. But did you have internet?
Growing up,
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
Did you? You don't remember?
Grow up, yeah, yeah.
So-
but actually, no. At first, no. Not in my grandmother's house. No.
56K dial-up
Yeah, yeah.
to where you actually had to call a number for like AOL. I would try to download movies and it
Yeah,
would
yeah.
take like a day.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be connected and it'd be running up my parents' phone bill.
Yeah,
And
that's how
finally my
Netflix-
mom is like, you can't do that. If your grandmother falls down the stairs, she won't be
Yes.
able to call us.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm like downloading Road Trip or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. Nah, my grandma was real old school.
56K.
She probably didn't have internet, but my mom did. But my grandmother didn't. Hell,
Yeah.
yeah, she didn't have it.
You know what's
That's
also
funny.
too,
Yeah.
and I think it's probably going to be experienced more from middle school on, right? Middle school is the time where people point out differences, social hierarchies form, all of that kind of stuff, right? But part of the problem is that the internet will now connect you. If you have a dumb idea, back in the day, you had to say your dumb idea out in the world, and people would be like, "That's a dumb idea." Now you could just run to the internet, and there's people all over the United States that have dumb ideas, and it can actually create. This is almost like kids' online present. It also gives them a false idea of reality, and because they can go and connect with 10 other people that have the same dumb idea and go, see, it's the world that's wrong.
Mm.
And then that's how you end up creating like extremism, because then also you go back into the world and you experience one thing, but now because your online community is telling you one thing, you're seeing the world through those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this like, I forgot the term.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah. And then there might even be another word too that goes with it. And then instead of going, hey, my idea is dumb, you just run back to the community and back online.
It is true, dude. It's like, when the show Shark Tank, whenever you have a business idea, you have to go through these 4 guys. And I'm not saying that there should be all these gatekeepers, but they'll be like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Eleanor. Like, you don't really have that online. There'll be people who will be like, me too.
Yeah.
But But then there's also people who will shoot down your idea.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in right now. We see y'all.
We see you
Thank
guys.
y'all
Thank
for
you.
tapping in. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
Showing a lot of love.
Let's go to the next
Appreciate
one.
Let's
that.
go to the
Let's
next
go to the next
Yes.
one. We
Yes.
riffed on that one for a bit.
Yes.
You want to get this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned helplessness is such a massive issue in the classroom today. I have to get so mean with my students. The directions are on your paper, on your Chromebook, on the back whiteboard, on the giant TV screen in front, and I've just reviewed them 3 times in person. They say there is no such thing as a dumb question. Yes, there is. And I get asked dumb questions all day.
So just real quick, this was in reference to this was on one of our videos. I think I was talking about how frustrating it is when you're teaching a class and kids will say, like, what are we doing? Like so many times, to where after a while your patience just short circuits, because when you deal with it, there's like a kid hitting a soccer ball on his
Tapping
knee
on you,
and you're
yeah.
like, hey, put that away. And then you give instructions that are a sentence long and it's on the board. You pass out papers and some kid has already ripped it in half.
Mhm.
And you're just like, okay, like, what am I even here for?
Yeah, but also the part
You know?
that really stood out to me is the learned helplessness.
Mm.
So what you do is you also just play dumb. Yeah, and oh, how do you do this? Because you actually just want someone to do it for you.
Absolutely.
I had a roommate back in the day who came from like a lot of money, guys.
Trust fund?
Yeah, a lot of money. And the thing is, he had learned helplessness. There was nothing that every time that a grown man, he didn't know how to do something, instead of like going, hey, I'm going to go check out a YouTube tutorial, you could hear him across the apartment going, oh, man, I don't know how to put on this duvet cover. And you go, and you would, because he's waiting, he's used to someone coming into his
To
rescue.
rescue him.
To help them, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And that's what they're doing, man. They're making victims out of these kids. It's the
Yeah.
parents and it's the school system.
Yeah.
Because they really don't think they can do anything. That's so true.
Because they know that in the end that they don't have to,
Absolutely.
right? It's like
Like
the
a
kid
baby.
that doesn't, they said, they go, oh, give the kids productive struggle in school, right? Or allow the kids to struggle. And then you just sit there, okay, guys, you try this on your own. And they will just sit there and never pick up the pencil
Yeah.
because they know that eventually you're going to get frustrated
Yeah.
and go, okay, I'll just show you how to do it. Next thing you know, you're doing it on your iPad and projecting it.
And it goes back to screens too, because the dopamine fix. It's like, I mean, think of us, dude. As much as I crap on the kids, like, we do the same thing. Like, if you're bored and you can't sleep, what do? You grab your phone and you start looking
You look
for that.
online or something.
Yeah, you go on and you get that dopamine hit. But if you have that device while your brain is developing, it's like, you know how, like, you're so used to be able to numbing the pain. Pain is what makes you figure something out. And if you always
Yeah.
are on the screen, then it's like any real work feels like misery. That's why, like, meditation, if you taught kids to meditate for 10 minutes from kindergarten on,
Oh, they lose it.
they would lose it. But the thing is they need to learn how to. And by meditation, I don't mean some, like, levitating in Tibet. I just mean sitting still for 10
Yeah.
minutes
Mhm.
and just looking at your thoughts. 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
Most adults would go insane if they did that.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know?
I just think a lot of kids, that's just an excuse to make. If it's on the Chromebook, if they list it up already for you to do, kids act like they didn't see it.
Yeah.
They act like they didn't see it because they don't want to do it.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't want you to lose your mind, explain more and more and more because they don't want to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
You could put it on Chromebook. You could put it piece of paper, say, hey, this is due in the morning time. They would say, hey, I didn't know. No one told me. You didn't tell
That's
me
why
when
I
it was
didn't
due.
do it.
Exactly.
I didn't know.
If I would knew, I would have did it. It's right here. It's right here. Right here. Yeah.
I still have
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
because I assign one IXL link per week. It's just an easy assignment, right?
Yeah.
Just to build up the skill. And I will still have kids that haven't done it all year. And then as soon as their parent shows up to like back to school night, they're like, no one showed me how to log into IXL. You know how to log into IXL.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it also goes, I was thinking about this while you were talking, guys, is that if we're creating a dependency on the outside world to make you feel better in that instant gratification, how is that not going to carry over into, because that's addictive behavior, right?
Yeah.
And it can lead to addictive behavior. I should
Absolutely.
say. It's not that it is. And I go, that can lead to food or drugs or, someone being a sexaholic or whatever it is. Because whenever you feel uncomfortable, instead of doing something good that hurts in the moment, that helps you long term, you look for a quick fix.
Yep.
Absolutely. And it's like the amount of people that think that they should just be taken. Kids, yes, take care of them because they're kids. But I'm talking about like just adults. Like we have like probably, we know so many people who think that they deserve something for nothing. You know what I mean?
They
That
work
like
for it. Yeah.
we are in comedy. How many comedians do you see? They're like, how'd they get that? And it's like, dude, you don't work half as hard as he does.
Yeah.
You're not out there. You're not putting yourself on the line. You're not willing to try new material and bomb.
Yes.
So it's like nothing is owed to you.
Absolutely.
And it's like that's a lesson that you have to learn through experience. You can sit here, we can sit on our soapboxes all day long and tell kids to be
Absolutely.
like, nothing's owed to you.
Yeah.
But they're not going to listen. They just have to learn it.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
also
mean?
because
Or they
'Cause they're
just gotta
not
fail.
gonna-
They just gotta fail too.
yeah, and that they've taken away failure. It's
Yeah.
like and on some level, public education from kindergarten through 8th grade is just a participation trophy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you win.
You do.
Isn't that crazy? Like you think about it, right? You win every year by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So how are you not going to carry that into the world
and get
going,
rewarded.
I do nothing and I get rewarded.
Yeah, and it's not really their fault, but it's like going to be so nauseating to deal with that kind of adult, and no one's going to want to be around them who's not that way. But it's like, imagine in 20 years how many people are going to have that mentality. That's
Yeah.
scary, dude. When we're all like old and decrepit, there's going to be people trick or treating on our door when they're 40. They're going to be like, no, not trick or treat. It's not even Halloween. I know, but I want some of your food.
Well,
Why should I give you my food? I don't know. I just want it.
Thank y'all for coming in. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Steven in the building. Drake 83 baby. Heather, Mama, and Betty. Lisette, that's my girl. I see you. Thank y'all for tapping in. We
Lisette.
appreciate y'all.
Dude,
Appreciate
you
it. Yeah.
sound like yes, the role.
Who?
What? And like Ron.
Oh, from Key and Peele?
D Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Denise.
I didn't know
Denise.
it. It's
D
funny.
nice.
D nice.
All right,
Thank
Let's
y'all
go to
for
the next
tapping in.
comment.
Appreciate
Let's go to
y'all.
the next comment. Let's keep them rolling. All right. I teach kindergarten. I had a parent come up to me and let me reread that. I teach kindergarten. I had a parent come up to me at pickup this week and ask me to talk to her child about not scrolling TikTok on her phone all night long. So
Oh
I
my
heard
God.
a teacher tell me, this was at an old school that I used to sub at, but a teacher was telling me, and I never verified this, but I believe them, that they had a parent that would go to the school and would be like, I cook for my son and he doesn't eat it and he cusses at me and disrespects me. Can you guys like talk to him?
Wow.
Like something that happens after school hours. They wanted the school
to
to talk
discipline a
to
child.
discipline him. It's like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And that's a weak parent. You know what I'm saying?
And what that parent is doing, they know what they're doing. Deep down, they're ashamed for how bad of a parent that they are, and they know that they're weak,
Absolutely.
right? But instead of going, "Hey, I know I'm going to get attacked for my child's behavior," they go on the offensive and act like, "I just don't know.
I don't know what to do
Get
with
it?
him.
Ready? No one's shown me how to do this."
Yes.
And you go, "Yeah, I wonder where this kid learned this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The same thing. It's
Absolutely.
like we all had that friend growing up who didn't get in trouble from their parents. Like I had a friend and she'd be like, Jeffrey, your dinner's ready. He'd be like, shut up, mom. Like while he was like playing video games. And he had like the sheepdog haircut,
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
And he was just so disrespectful.
Shut up, Judy.
I actually
Yeah,
think
shut up,
that
Judy.
parents should be ashamed of themselves to ask somebody else to raise their kid.
100%.
They're weak individuals themselves. You know what I'm saying? That they never got help. So they probably was the ones that already reach their hand out for help all the time because they can't can't raise their child. That's just bad. You know what I'm saying? And they need help.
They also,
Yeah.
dude. And also those parents, they don't want their kid to not like them.
Yeah, they want to be their kid's friend, dude, which, you know what? Newsflash, it's like, look at what's that quote from Batman? It's like, not the hero they deserve, they need. I don't know. It's one of those
Something,
things.
something, guy
Something,
wears a
something. It's like
cape
something, something. He's like,
instead of
this
dealing
and
with his
that.
trauma.
Yeah, no, but it's if you're going to be a good parent, part of that includes being hated some of the time. Because what you
100%.
do is you say, hey, you're not going to do that. And if you do that and you tell your kids no, in their small little brain, they're not going to understand you. And they're going to be pissed off at you. So you just have to be like, you know what? I hate you. Oh, please don't hate me. It's like, no,
Accept
it's
it.
fine.
Accept
Just
it.
accept. It's like, I remember I was reading Bernie Mac's autobiography and he was talking about his daughter. She goes, you're not my friend anymore. He's like, good. He's like, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
not supposed to be
You're
liked.
supposed to be
No.
your kid's friend. Part of
Absolutely.
it is for you to make sure that they don't get destroyed and eaten by the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's
you got to
it.
get tough love so they can understand.
You know what?
Yeah.
Couple signs of a good parent. Remember the whole thing? Parent saying, this hurts me more than it hurts you.
Yeah.
That means that the parent knows that they're doing something that's good that hurts in the moment. And also, when a parent has said, you'll understand when you're older, that's a good parent.
Absolutely.
My dad used to say that.
Yep.
He used to say, and I'd be like, why? He'd be like, because I said so. That's how my dad sounds. He's a
Yep.
Southern guy, and he would say, because I said so.
Because when a kid is so wrapped up in their emotions,
Yeah.
they don't understand logic. And what are you doing? Telling them, well, you got to understand, in 5 years from now, 5 years, I'm 6. Right? You know what I mean?
That means nothing to you.
11 years old to a 6-year-old, you know, or whatever, it seems that's a million years away.
It is.
Absolutely.
So they can't comprehend time. That's why you have to just go, because I said so.
And that's part of them that they're like, I hate you. It's like when you see a kid crying in Walmart because, you know, his mom will buy him like a Ninja Turtle or whatever. It's like, because I said so. You're just going to have to deal with it. But a lot of parents, they give in to that. And then you see what kind of kids they raise. They're monsters, dude.
Yep.
They're gremlins.
That's because their parents is bad. They had horrible parents. I mean, it's no play-by-play book how to raise kids. You learn as you go. You see what I'm saying? But you also know what's right, what's wrong. You know what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. Just facts. You know what I'm saying?
I think those first 5 years, dude,
Yeah.
are so important because you're
Absolutely.
like programming, because they're in like, I forget the brain state that they're in, whether it's alpha or theta, whatever brain state they are, but they're just absorbing everything from age 5. That's why a lot of social psychologists will say that by age 5, your personality's formed. You
Yep.
can change it, but it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
hard to change it. You can,
Yeah.
but it's difficult.
Yeah, kids just want to play. That's
Yeah.
it. Let's go to another
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
the next
Next
one.
comment. Let's see. I wonder what would happen if school was an option. Hear me out. Yes, everyone should get an education. Since kids have to get through school, you have limited options for consequences with desired results. Everyone should get an education. Yes. But when you get this entitled attitude,
Mhm.
which consequences at this point do you think actually would work so that the student wants to learn and see school as valuable? Now think how the mentality would change. Sorry, guys, I don't have my glasses on. If they would change if they weren't forced to go.
I think it would take.
Sorry if I misread any of that. I don't have my
No,
glasses on,
I
man.
think it would take an entire generation for the mentality to change, honestly, because like people, a lot of parents don't care if their kids go to school or not because we see it with chronic absenteeism. You know what I mean? Like parents who just constantly sort of let their kids do whatever. But I think it would take until they were like 20 and in the workforce to really see the effects and people be like, oh crap, we got to like change. A whole generation would have to suffer, I think, for that to like really hit.
For people,
Maybe I'm wrong though.
Well, what she's saying is like not make it an option. I think that if you take a kid and say, hey, you don't have to go to school, what else they gonna do? They're gonna be by themselves. So, hey, if you know you gotta go to school, you gotta behave. If not, you have to stay home.
And be by yourself.
Be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you do it optional like that, hey, you can't mess up. This is how school is. If you go mess up, we gonna kick you out.
Then I misunderstood the comment. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
So I think
kids don't want to be alone.
No, absolutely not. Especially being around other kids. Like you want to be around other kids. You want to learn. You want communicate with other kids. You want to see how they are. You want to have fun. You want to play games. All that stuff, all that type of stuff. So
most kids, don't you think? Most, or do you think all?
I think majority. I think tell me how y'all feel. I think it's how you've been raised, but I feel like over 70% of kids want to be in school.
I think maybe. I mean, I'm thinking of trying to tap into my kid brain. If I could just stay home, eat chocolate, and watch The Mask with Jim Carrey,
Yeah, yeah.
like I think I would have maybe done that. I don't know.
But if you had a whiff of being around other kids, like birthday
course.
parties,
Of course.
sporting events, go hang out with friends. Now, this the difference. Let's say if it was an option, let's say, hey, your friend went to school and tell you how good school is, but you're at home, you gonna be good. You're like, you know what? School's like that, really? You just gotta learn to read books though. Damn, it's kind of hard, but I mean, I think you could do it. All right, I'm gonna read a book and go to school. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my idea. Like, I don't know what y'all think.
I mean,
You know,
I think
that's how I think. Yeah.
I hate that not we. I always connect everything to the comedy world, maybe because it's like what I think about a lot. But like, you look at anybody can do stand-up comedy, right? Like anybody can go do stand-up comedy. I'm not saying they can be good at it, but anybody can go sign up, do an open mic.
Right, they will be good though.
Yeah, but the thing is though, is how many of those portion of comics really want to take time to write, to get good, to risk humiliation, being on stage? And I almost wonder if school would be like that for kids. Like there's a lot of kids who maybe say they want to do it, but procrastinating, it's kind of like you said with like time when you're a kid,
Mhm.
you don't really have that clock that's ticking that's like, man, I better learn this now or I'm going to be screwed over. So I think maybe if it was optional, some kids would maybe come like once a week or like twice a week. There'd still have to be some sort of rule though, I think, to where like once you're there, you're there.
You have to go the whole
You,
week.
you can't go home.
Yeah,
You can't go home. So I think a lot of kids would maybe come once or twice a week.
If it was flexible like that, yeah. But you say, hey, you have to go every day.
You got to make up your mind whether you want to go
yeah.
to school or
We're
not.
dumb enough as a country. I don't want to get dumber.
Yeah, we are pretty dumb. We're arguing like theoretical.
Yeah,
No, because I just look at it and I go, if someone doesn't want to be at school and they can still, I'm going to use air quotes, graduate from high school with a 5th grade reading level, right? That is still better than the alternative of letting that person that hated school just chill at home. Like it has to be forced upon the population, you know? And it's the only time that something good for you is actually forced upon you, because almost all the studies show everything, the degree of education, the higher degree of education, they report better relationships, both romantic and their friendships, less drug addiction, and they're also less prone to obesity. All of the things comes back to education. So at least we're giving someone that hated school a 4th grade education. If that's and school is kind of, when I was thinking about this earlier too. If you think about it, school's become kind of like your own choose your adventure story for a lot of kids.
I remember those books.
Yeah, do you remember? Because what I mean by that is like, if now it's to the point because they've been so gutted, right? They used to they would force kids to do things with consequences, right? Because and out of fear and all that, and then that would get them to do stuff. That's gone. Well, now you have kids that are still learning in spite of all the lack of consequences because they get it from home. And then the families that didn't want to be bothered and just are sending their kids because 8 hours a day, 7 hours.
Daycare.
Yeah, it's daycare. Guess what? They're being served exactly the way they want to be served. Now, is that good for society later on down the road? I don't believe so. But they're getting exactly what they want. They wanted McDonald's. You can go into the same middle school, guys. One kid wants McDonald's for their education. They're getting that. Another kid is eating Erewhon, meaning that they're in the honors
Vegetables.
classes.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they're in the same school. So,
Yeah, it really is. It really does boil back to parents, though, or like the influence that's in their life. I mean, I have met kids who they do have it rough, but they still they gotta have like some kind of influence. You know what I mean? Like somebody to. That's why
Absolutely.
after school programs are so
It's
important
the best.
because you get a chance to put a little bit of extra information in their
Yeah.
brain.
And think about
You
the
know?
one out school program I run. You can't do it unless you're passing. So if you're not passing, you can't get an after school program.
That's awesome. That's a real consequence.
Yeah, so you have to
So
pass.
parents who want that help, it's like they're going to have to make sure that their kid does well in all their classes.
Yeah.
And that incentivizes selfish parents. Sorry, guys, you're selfish if that's what it takes to motivate you. That incentivizes selfish parents who don't care about their kids and only care about themselves to at least do something because they only care about themselves.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, well, I want that extra 2 hours to where I can live my life.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now you're being a good parent by, it being forced upon you, or a
Absolutely.
better parent, I should say.
Absolutely.
Hey, I got a question for you guys because I know that we're going to be wrapping up shortly. You ready? What's something you're going to miss from this school year? Because we got about a month.
Nothing. We're going to miss?
Nothing.
Is there
No, I'm
something
kidding.
you're going to miss?
Yeah, definitely. There is.
Maybe some good things. I'm not going to say I miss it because I just kind of go day by day and go with the flow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I won't say that. One thing things I'm proud of when kids do their job and have a good performance. I'm proud of it. I'm happy for it. I'm not gonna say I miss it because I'm looking forward to the next semester. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing.
For me, it'll be the 8th graders because, dude, there's so many
take that back.
8th graders that I love this year.
Yeah.
And I mean that as much as I complain in my videos about like the behavior I have to deal with, I have some amazing 8th graders. Seriously, like some of my classes are good. Not all of them are crazy. And it's like, I have a lot of 8th graders that I'm just like, dude, I love those kids. Like I'm really actually gonna miss them, which is crazy because it's like some of them are so funny and some of them are so talented. That I actually really believe in them, like legitimately, like I believe in myself. You know what I mean? I believe in them.
Okay, that's good.
And it's like, there's just some really awesome 8th graders and I'm really going to miss. And I'll probably tear up a little bit whenever they leave because it's like I got very close to them, and that's going to be tough because you in middle school get a new batch every single year. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what's going to show up at your doorstep. It's an Amazon package, but we don't know what's in it.
That's true.
And so I don't know what's in my package next year. I know there's a lot of 7th graders that I'm really, really big fans of too. But the 8th graders this year, I had them for 2 years. I've only been teaching regularly for 2 years. So it's like, I'm going to miss those kids.
Oh, dude, that's good.
Yeah, for real.
I just forgot about it's the same thing with me because I've been with these kids since 3rd grade
and
up to
they're
5th grade.
Yeah.
So they leaving. So same thing is Matt.
You
Some of
got
the
close
kids.
to some of them?
Yeah, a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Personality wise, it's just funny.
Yeah, some of them are just hilarious. You're like,
Yeah. So.
And you know what? I'm going to save mine for next week. Cliffhanger.
Ah, come on, dude. Just do it
Bars.
now. You can't do that. You can't do that.
I know.
Remember like the old, oh, shoot.
I love it. I'll just say it real quick. I
Yeah.
have one 7th grade class that is everything that I could wish for and more. They put pencil to paper. They're helpful. They are all varying levels, but they can work well in groups. I am really, really going to miss them because in the 3 years at my current school, no classes come close to this. And it reminds me of 4 other classes that I've had in all of my, 10 years as a full-time teacher. So it's one of those where I will make sure that I'm going to go to their graduation because that's how much I'm going to miss them. So when they graduate from 8th grade,
It's the best.
You'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody, that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad we got kind of sentimental and Matt almost cried on camera.
No, I choked on my spit, but it looks good for the optics. So
Yeah.
thanks.
But thank you so much. Thanks for following us on all the platforms and continue to comment, liking, and following us. And if you really want your comment read, maybe send us a message. That's the best way for us to read it.
Best way.
Yeah, actually, Chris gets a lot of messages, y'all. So continue to send Chris messages. He gets some very interesting messages.
There's a joke that I can't talk about.
Yeah, we can't because it's a PG podcast. But all right, guys.
Peace out.
All right, see
God
ya.
bless you. Bye-bye.
Later.